Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of My Journey to Platinum. And in this one, we are going to be going through Mortal Kombat 11 in My Journey to Platinum. Now, this has been a year of this show, and I have to say that all of these I did in like a 2-month span, and it took me a year to talk about all of my 5 Journey to Platinums, or 4, 5, somewhere around there. But today, with this one, the burden of having this backlog of videos is over, and I can go to Journey to another Platinum, and I think I already have my sights on it because I've already done it multiple times, and I can do it again on PlayStation. So, stay tuned for that. I might do some live streams. Maybe. We shall see. But anyways, going on to Mortal Kombat 11. Now, this game I was so excited for at launch. Well, before launch. I actually saw this at, like most people, at the Game Awards 2018. And it was a complete shock. You see Ed Boon come out. He's announcing the Best Racing Game Award. And boom! You see it. And oh my gosh. I was just mind blown. I was so excited. For months, I was just playing through the PS2 games, some of Mortal Kombat X, and just getting hyped for Mortal Kombat 11. And when it came out, I did grind it until I kind of messed up and didn't get some of the free rewards. And I got angry at myself, and then I stopped playing it for a bit, and then I started playing again, and then the DLC came out, and then finally, when I got my PS5, I decided that I was going to get Mortal Kombat 11 PS5 Deluxe Edition. And that was my first time ever realizing that Walmart does these deliveries to your house and they just wrap a bag on your doorknob. It was just the funniest thing to order it the next day, get it wrapped on my doorknob in a bag. It was just so funny. But I got the game and I was not expecting to go platinum, especially on this game. The game that has a lot of content, a lot of fighters, and a lot of story. So I decided, I don't know, we'll see what happens. And I started to realize, hey, this isn't too hard. I think I could do this, and that is where the journey began. And we're going to get into that right now, the beginning of the journey. But first, I just want to say, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do decide you want to see more from me, including upcoming episodes of this series, you can always subscribe. Liking and commenting really does help, like a lot, I can promise you. It really does help, just boost the video and get it out there for more people to see and enjoy, and I just greatly appreciate it. Anyways, getting into this video now, I hope you enjoy My Journey to Platinum. I think the best place for us to start is at the story mode, / maybe including the towers in this part, because that is where a lot of people get their start in this game. Well, some people might just jump right into offline play, but one of those two usually is where we start, and I'm just going to start the journey here because it was starting off with some of the easiest ones, / just not very demanding, just kind of time consuming. Now, starting off with the story mode, this one takes place 2 years after the last one, and 29 years after Mortal Kombat 9? Is that right? Oh my gosh! I think? I don't know. But anyways, Mortal Kombat 11 story plays a lot with time, and with that, yeah, it's cool. I think they're already kind of going hog wild with trying to reset the timeline again, though, or hinting at it, because Mortal Kombat 9, well, I guess it just rewound it, but still, I don't know. Just kind of crazy we're going back to this plot point again. But anyways, we're introduced to Kronika, and she's just, I guess, pissed because the Dark Raiden got corrupted at the end of the last game, and he cut off Shinnok's head, and I guess he just caused some sort of error or something like that. But anyway, she's pissed, and she's just trying to fix the timeline, and a lot of stuff starts to happen. We get introduced to some dead characters again, like Shao Kahn, and just a lot of stuff, and it was just really cool to see those guys again, except I would have loved to see Shao Kahn's original voice actor, and I rioted back in the day when this was released. I don't know why, but his new one's not that bad. The new voice actor, I'll give you a thumbs up. But anyways, yeah, we're introduced to some old characters again, and we're basically, just trying to fix whatever the hell's going on, and Kronika's, recruiting some people like Jax. We really have no resolution, just Dark Raiden. He's just gone. But yeah, anyways, Raiden goofs up, and he's just gone after that, and then good Raiden comes with the OG Liu Kang and Kung Lao, and we get them back in the story. And then we also get to have the Revenant versions, and, it's just cool to see, them fight themselves, and, interesting. So yeah, and also, too, Scorpion has some interesting thing in this, because there's, the two of them, you know, like the one that we, you know, the not redeemed one and then the redeemed one. And, you know, I just want to highlight too, by the way, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, that entire chapter was just so insane. It was just so cool. You know, Scorpion and Sub-Zero, we've seen them work together a little bit in the last game, but it's just so cool. That chapter was great. And seeing in the trailer with the Mortal Kombat movie music, it was just great. I really love that chapter. There's a chapter to highlight. I might have to go over the story in another one, but, you know, just going through it quick time, you know, a lot of timeline things. And by the end, it's, you know, sort of concluded with Liu Kang getting control and rewriting the timeline, which the DLC kind of gets in the way of that, but there's literally no achievements for the DLC, so we're not going to count that. Maybe another time. Anyways, so yeah, the story mode is pretty simple. There's no, you know, alternate endings really. Yeah, no, not in this one. The DLC there is, but in the DLC, there is some stuff, but in the regular one, you know, you just go through it. You get an achievement for getting 50% through, and then you get an achievement for getting all the way through. And, you know, you do your thing, you get to the end, and it was a fun journey. So, yeah, there's the story mode. Also including in this, towers. Now, the towers is another thing in this that also kind of has some story, because when you complete a tower as a certain character, well, yeah, every character has their own ending to the tower. Now, in the tower, you go through the tower. You can die. I think there's some, like, Survivor, where if you die once, you go all the way back. But in normal tower, you can, you know, you're just climbing up the tower to the final boss, which in this game is Chronica. And I have to say, fighting her is insane. It's just, sometimes it's really easy, sometimes really hard. And she definitely is a boss, and you cannot play as her in this game, which... I guess I can see that, but, well, I can't see that. And going through the tower, you must complete it 125 times for your first achievement, Tower Champion. First trophy, Tower Champion. 125 times. Yeah, that was a little wild. Now, you thought that was a little wild. You thought that was a little wild. Complete 250 towers. Master of Time. Oh my gosh. That was an insane grind. I was just, whoa. But you know what? I was kind of looking forward to it until, ... I realized that you can literally go to this one. You could start a match, press pause, end the tower, go back, just repeat, and repeat. And, yep, that's what I did. Because that one, it's the endless one, and whenever you end it, it counts as a tower completion. So when you click end, it counts it. So, again, you have to sit there and mash the button 250 times. Well, not one button, all the buttons. So, yeah, this takes a bit. And, yeah, not too hard, kind of time-consuming either way. So, yeah, I mean, the towers are certainly something. But, yeah, towers were a fun time. There's also the Towers of Time as well. And I think I'm going to get to that in the next part, which we're going to get to. But yeah, the Tower of Time is also another thing, and there are a certain thing for, you know, going through certain towers and stuff, or, you know, going through an X amount of towers. I don't know what the frick I'm thinking. I just want to edit in, there is none for Towers of Time. I don't know why I thought that. There is not, making 100% sure, yeah, there is not any for Towers of Time. I don't know why I said that. But, oh, also, there is a classic, and I Want It All, where you need to complete the tower with 10 different characters, and then just complete the tower just once regularly. So, yeah, there's both of those, and yeah, it's, again, just doing the towers. So, yeah. Getting into the blood, the guts, the gore, the violence, what Mortal Kombat is pretty famous for at this point, and also part of the creation of the ESRB, or just the entire creation of the ESRB. I think it's kind of a tie between that and, was it Night Trap? Maybe? Or it had some part in it. I just remember that being brought up during the trials in the 90s. So, yeah, lots of blood in this game, and the fatalities truly get super brutal, and I love them so much. Now, a simple one that you get for just playing the game over time, blood in the water. You need to spill 10,000 pints of blood, which I don't know how they measure this, but basically just beat the shit out of people enough times where they spill 10,000 pints of blood over time. Yeah, you do that. Fatalities, another core part of Mortal Kombat. Now, getting fatalities with every single character won't cut it. You need to get 2, I'm pretty sure, for most of the characters to get this one, because you need to do 15 different fatalities, which there are more than 15 characters, but 30 is where you're kind of pushing it. Now, I think you could just do this by doing one of each, but personally, I decided to just try to do 2 of each because later on you're going to need to do that, and we're going to get into that in a second. So, yeah, Deadly Encounter and Murder, you need to get 30 different fatalities. You can do 2 of the same character. Each character comes with 2 different fatalities, or just 1 of each, which the 1 of each one is probably faster for now. So, yeah, getting those out of the way, not too hard. Brutalities is also another thing. That is a very specific kill/end, and this was the first game I ever got a brutality, because they are certainly interesting. It's basically having some sort of modifier in a round, like don't block, and anything, and ending the match with doing a certain attack, like certain, skilled, what's it called? I don't know, special attack. And yeah, brutality, the easiest one to really do is just hold down triangle or Y, or I don't know what the frick PC does. You're basically going to crouch and uppercut at the end for the final hit, and it should punch their entire head off, and with that, you get a fatality. Now do this in the Endless Tower 100 times, and boom. You've got Brutal End and Psychopath for getting 100 brutalities, and yeah, it's not too hard again. So yeah, this one is kind of the antithesis of blood and death and all of this, even though you still die in the end, or faint. Not dead yet. Show mercy 10 times. Now, in this game, they introduce a very interesting thing called mercy, which is just hilarious to me, and also mercy Overwatch. But basically, you hold down the left trigger, and you crouch a few times, and you show someone mercy, and you just give them you get another opportunity to beat the shit out of them, or for them to make a occasional comeback, and it just feels so bad when you realize you could have just ended it. So, yeah. So that's a lot of the blood and guts in this game. There is some more trophies for fatalities, but I'm going to get to that in its own section, probably just because we're going to, move on to the Krypt, which is also important to getting the next one. So we're going to kind of progress. But so far in this journey, it's just a lot of playing. And at this point, I'm enjoying playing Mortal Kombat. You're just fighting, going through towers, and, just having some fun. And doing some grinding, too, to level up and, get more coins to spend the Krypt. So, yeah, about that, the Krypt. The Krypt in this game at launch was pretty controversial with how grindy it was. It truly was a grind. And a lot of YouTubers talked about their, ways to get around the grind in some ways. And eventually they did offer, a whole bunch of coins and stuff, which I missed and got really pissed about. I didn't play the game for a few months, and that was kind of the reason why I quit for a bit. Because it's just so annoying, because of how much a grind it was at launch. But now, it's not so bad. Now, you could still be angry about it, but hey, it just gives you more stuff to do. Because honestly, I kind of am fine with this. It's just cosmetics and stuff like that, and it's just kind of fun to, get coins and stuff. And then go through the Krypt, which the Krypt in this game might be one of the biggest journeys yet, because you're on Shang Tsung's island. We get some lines from Shang Tsung, and it was kind of a reveal to see Shang Tsung, because this is where we first saw him, and then it also with the announcement that he was our first DLC fighter. So yeah, going on the island, you play as, I can't remember his name. This dude! Yeah! And he goes around collecting people's items and uses them throughout the puzzles on this to open more areas, to open more chests, even though there's a time vault where you can just keep doing them over and over. But you want to continue to journey because you get extra coins from journeying, and it's just pretty fun. So, yeah. The Krypt in this game, you get coins to spend from, breaking random vases, which give you 3. Now, just for any comparison, and just the cheapest one's like 1,000, so 3 is... yeah. So, the Krypt in this game, you basically get coins from just doing fights, completing towers, getting rewards, contributing to the Towers of Time, and doing stuff like that. And I have to say, the Krypt was pretty fun. You open the chest, it's a random. There's a lot of things to it as well. Different, just other parts of it. There is one where if you spend 50,000 or contribute 50,000 coins to the Naknaden Shrine, which is this kind of gambling machine, which if you put 75,000 or more, by the way, you are guaranteed to get a set, or I forgot, something like that. I'll put on screen. Something like that. Yes. So that is a thing in the Krypt. And I have to say, it was, yeah, it was, just go up, you just spend money. That's all you do. Also, my magic shoes, running 5 miles in the Krypt, you just run a lot. You'll get it eventually. Yeah. Also in the Krypt, you unlock a lot of stuff, which is going to become useful later, including getting the alternate fatalities and also just extra brutalities and skins and stuff. But the extra fatalities, which we're going to get to later, where you need to do both fatalities for all of the base characters in this game, and getting through the Krypt to do that is pretty important, or getting a whole bunch of free fatality tokens. We're going to talk about that later. But yeah, the Krypt is a fun journey. There are some other basic ones, like hitting the gong in the Krypt. You do that around the start of the Krypt. Grave Robber, open 200 Krypt chests. You just open 200 Krypt chests, and you run around enough to find them, or use this. And there's also, like, specific items and stuff, which, by the way, too, the monsters return, and they scare the shit out of me, even though they're kind of, you know, just like an outline. It was certainly an interesting experience with that, and you have consumables to, like, protect. But also, that thing burns down your souls, which souls are another currency to buy, slightly more expensive for the soul cost shrines, and yeah, they're cool. Also, get over here. There are really random. There are hanging bodies around the Krypt. And at first, when I heard the moaning and I thought I was like missing something. No, they were hanging above me in the middle right here. And honestly, I thought there was like something below me, but no. You spear them around. You sometimes have to go back and then come back into the Krypt. Like go to menu, come back, and you spear 50. Which first off, you need to get the scorpions, the scorpion stingers / the scorpion kunai on chain. And yeah, also there are a whole bunch of these shrines that you're supposed to embed heads on. Want to guess what they do? Well, I guess you'll have to find out later. Anyways, yeah, the Krypt, it's fun, kind of a grind, but you know what? I didn't mind it too much. In this game, there was an online mode, and I have to say, with fighting games, I do not really like playing online modes because I get my ass kicked, and in this, you have to play 50 casual versus matches, luckily no competitive, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it, and, you know, it's just, you know, playing 50 matches. You can win, lose, do whatever. And went through those, and it wasn't too hard. I was kind of dreading it, and I did go on and off doing this for a while, but eventually I did get this one. And also, while you're on the online mode, check out the King of the Hill mode, because in this one, it's kind of an interesting thing. You're, like, in kind of, like, a little group, and, you know, each, like, you know, kind of go in turns and, like, battling and challenging the next person and giving points to, like, whoever did the best. And if you pay a total of 100 respect points in King of the Hill, you get the respect, or the R-E-S-P-E-C-T, the respect. And yeah, basically watch 10 games, give the maximum amount of respect for each of the games, for 10 of them, because you give 10 times, that's 100. So yeah, there you go. One more thing, the Towers of Time, there is a random tower that'll sometimes pop up where you can tag team, which is like the only time you can actually do it in this game, against a boss opponent. And you and 2 other people will go in and tag team, and there is an achievement for playing in a group battle with 2 or more players, or 2 other players. Sorry, it's a maximum of 3, just like Apex at times. So yeah, teamwork is another one. And with that, we have concluded the online portion of this video, and not that many. And to be honest with you, a lot of people, like the completionist, for example, which, by the way, I almost met him. I will have to tell that story one day. But normally things like this are kind of a pain, because once, like, you know, like the games become dead, it's just so hard to get these. But these ones aren't too bad. Like, you could probably just do this with one other person, because, like, playing, playing 50 rounds, so you could just match up. If there's nobody else online, someone else gets online that you know, and boom, that's one person. Do it 50 times. Bam. The only one is maybe King of the Hill or the teamwork one, because you need a total of 2. But you can do this with friends. Like, it's not that hard. And I do appreciate how, you know, easy / you know, understanding the online achievements are in this game. / trophies. I keep saying achievements. Trophies. Alrighty, we talked about the Krypt, we talked about fatalities. Now it's time to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, put it together to talk about the collecting of fatalities. Now, each character gets 1 fatality at unlock in the beginning, and then later on, you can go through the Krypt, or do what I do, and somehow get a whole bunch of free fatality tokens, and just use those to grab the other ones, because when you just do them, it'll unlock the locked one, because you paid money, or in my case, I just somehow got fatality tokens. So, yeah. Basically, you're going to go around and do 2 characters' fatalities and you will get a trophy. Now you need to do that for every single character in the base game. DLC characters do not count in this, and there are no achievements for the DLC at all. Not even like in a little thing like with Resident Evil 7. Kind of weird. But anyways, yeah, you're going to go and do this for all of the base characters, and you need to unlock those, which again, Krypt or Easy Fatality tokens. Now, I just did the Easy Fatality tokens. I think I already said that, but it wasn't too hard. Sometimes a couple of them, like Cabal, they kind of mess with you, and those fatalities are just insane. Like, what the frick? How do people memorize those? I mean, it's probably not that hard, but still, Scorpions is like the easiest to do any fatality. It's like, what, left, right, what is it, left, right, X, square, left, right, square? Maybe? I don't freaking know. Anyways, so fatalities, just doing all of them, it's just kind of time consuming, not too hard though. You're just gonna go around and do this. I just kind of did it as I was going around playing as someone, like, oh hey, I'm Johnny Cage. Alright, I've already done one. You know, I'll just use my Easy Fatality token and do a second one, which his are freaking comedy gold. I love his. But yeah, basically, you're just gonna go around and collect all these, and they're not really that hard at all, especially if you have the Easy Fatality tokens. Pay up, chump, or get lucky like me, chump. Alright, so far on this journey, I am getting a little bogged down from the grind, but also I'm enjoying it because I just had a lot of fun stuff at this time. I was reading some books, I was, you know, watching some good videos, some good, you know, expose vids, and just all the stuff that I really like with the vibes. And honestly, just doing that in my room in the middle of the night, or just with all the lights off in the middle of the day, was a vibe. This game is one of those fun ones where you could just play and not have to have any, you know, sound on to hear any dialogue, really. You can skip it, and it's not really important because it's just for the match. And I really love it. I love these types of games. This, Doom Eternal, and Resident Evil at this point, because how many times I've played them, are like my comfort games, because I can just go in and not have to, you know, worry about having the sound on too high and just watching a video. And so far, I was just enjoying my journey, and this is where I got some of the really random ones out of the way. Oh my days, duck 100 times during a match. I mean, you just duck a whole bunch of times, and it's pretty funny. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. It is a very enjoyable achievement / trophy. I am working on my etiquette. Total disrespect. Defeat an opponent as Bugvora. Now, Devora's back in this game, and I have to say I was a little upset how she killed Melina, until psych, Melina's alive because, you know, the timeline thing, and she's yelled one's back. So, yeah, anyways, Devora does get the canon this, so, you know, kind of revenge. Melina got her, you know, eventually, you know, Devora got her karma, and she has some weird-ass bug that can come out, or she turns into, and it's a really interesting a part of, you know, setting up your, you know, like, attributes and your moves and stuff. There is one set, and it does take up, like, 2 slots where you can use 2 different moves if you wanted to, and this one basically, if you get knocked down, you have the chance, you do come back as Bugvora and have the chance to kill that person. Now, it's just whatever, it's just really random and pretty funny, and yeah, it's just going to easy mode and let them beat you up a whole bunch of times, and then you finally, you know, get them down low too, and then you come back as Bugvora, and then you sting them and do Sissy Hypno on him, and then boom, you defeat him as Bugvora. And it's interesting, and it is also bandit competitive for some reason. I do not know why, but it is, and I've not played competitive, so I don't know. AI Battle Simulator. This is a complete mobile thing. Marvel Contest of Champions. Have you ever played that? Yeah, you've probably seen this. I think that's the game I'm thinking of. But anyways, the AI Battle Simulator sets can literally just be like the Mortal Kombat mobile game if they just said it made it like this. Basically, you select 3 characters. You know, put on your, you know, your attributes to them and like grapple in this certain points and stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's kind of like your amiibos a little bit. And basically, you send them after other people. You speed it up and see who won. And it's kind of just like an AFK grinding thing. It's alright. I honestly didn't play it any time after these, and I just did 25 of them and got my ass out of the AI Battle Simulator sets. So, yeah, AI Battle Simulators existed. Yeah. Yes. Cool. Oh man, this is where the grind / collecting really comes into high gear. Okay, so, starting off with a really easy one, using 100 consumables and 50 consumables. I said that backwards, who cares? So using consumables are a really passive thing. I just do it as I'm playing through a tower. I put on as many as I can and go through the tower. If you do 3, 6, 9, 12, you can knock that out pretty fast with 3 per round, and a tower having 5 to 10. Yeah, it's not that hard. I did the consumables kind of fast, but I also, took my time because I kind of focused off of towers to then do the training mode, which, we'll get to that later. But, yeah, just getting consumables and, getting the 100, not too hard. It's a pretty passive thing and not really that bad. Now, on the contrast to that, doing this one, which I mentioned earlier from the Krypt, Skull Kebab. Oh my lord. This one was definitely a grind and was pretty tedious. Impale a head in the warrior shrine. So you saw all those shrines. Now, when you get 50 brutalities / fatalities, I think it's brutalities only, but it might be both. Either way, when you murder someone 50 times, you will get their severed head. Now you put that on the shrine, and you get some cool exclusive cosmetics, which, to be honest, I didn't care because they really aren't that different like most of the cosmetics in this game, because they're all just recoloring, except for some. I'm losing my mind. But anyways, yeah, you're going to need to do this 50 times. Now, basically, I go into the endless towers. I see whoever's at the bottom of that. You're going to go in, uppercut them a whole bunch of times, get that brutality, end the tower, go back, do it that again. Now, if you accidentally back out, you're going to need to keep pressing in tower and then back out, tower, back out until you notice that person is at that same tower again. And it's not too hard, but it's a little tedious. Honestly, I'd rather just do that 200 times than keep doing this. It's pretty mind-numbing at times. Unless you really just want to do this so passively that you just play for so long that, oh, hey, I did freaking brutality of Scorpion 50 times when there's maybe like 1 per tower. Damn, yeah, that's going to take forever. So this one definitely took a while. And it's only 3.5% people got this one. How's it a bronze trophy? So yeah, you're going to do this, and yeah, you're going to get some stuff. And also with that, you are going, I'm pretty sure, to get a character victory screen? I think? I don't know. I think it's that or an intro. You do get one of those guaranteed, but also you just get some random goodies and stuff. So, yeah, bog. Okay, so speaking of that, have we met? Equip 5 different character intros. In Victorious, equip 5 different character victory screens. Now, for both of these, it is a grind, because getting these in the Krypt is extremely rare. Now, you could do what I just did and do the 50 brutalities for 5 different characters, or you can go into the Towers of Time, and there are character towers you can activate and get a guaranteed one for that, which definitely that already does take a while, but I'd rather do that over time than basically watching paint dry, uppercutting someone 50 different rounds. So, yeah. Both of these, kind of a grind. You're gonna need to go into towers and stuff. I honestly don't even remember which way I did. I think I did a mix of both, and it was starting to kind of weigh on me during this journey, and this is kind of where I was starting to, get, okay, we're getting close. And this is really where we started to kind of pump up into high gear with these two. Have we met in Victorious? But, yeah, I got them, and it was definitely annoying. It was mind-numbing at times. Especially if I really did have to do that freaking 5 times. I can't remember. I blocked it out. I depersonalized. I don't remember. I'm blank right now. I'm blanked. So, yeah. Cool. Now, another one. Psych, there is no other one. Do you think I could really go through another one? No. So, yeah, that was it for these collectibles. And, yeah, it was pretty crazy. And it took a while. And this is really where it started to wear on me. Oh, yeah, by the way, Disco's not dead. Flip stands 50 times during a match. Forgot about that one. Thank you for being a fan. Get to the end credits. Cool. That makes no freaking sense because you already beat the game. What? I'm losing it. Okay, hopefully this can be a little bit better from here. Nope. No. Alright, is it time? Is it time? Alright, it's time. Alright, okay, let's get into this. We're going into the training mode. This is where I started to lose my shit. Are you ready? I am too. Let's go. Training mode is really where I started to go crazy, go postal, go wild, go hog wild. Yeah, okay. So, training mode is a training mode. You go through, you learn stuff. And honestly, it kind of takes being a bit of a rocket scientist / a fighting game. I almost said Viking game. A fighting game veteran slash just being decent at them. Now me, I play the games for fun. I'm not super into these insane combos that I see online. Now I see where they learned them from, because holy fuck, these are insane to learn, some of them, and the absolute timing is just nuts. And I salute those people for being able to do that. Me just going through this training mode, oh my gosh. Now remembering that for a certain character every single time, just like a random thing, oh yeah, by the way, do this now. Like, no, oh my gosh. Seriously, fucking bonkers. Okay, now, the basic ones, you know, they're basic, but when you start to get to the advanced ones, that is where it gets wild. Now, there are some with insane time windows, and moves like this, just, oh my gosh. But there is one that I spent over, I think it was 1 to 2 hours on. Maybe even longer. I think I got off because I was just losing my patience. You can laugh at me if you want, because no, it was just insane. Okay, so I mentally blocked this out of my head, and I had to, like, go back and remember. So basically, you're doing Raiden. You need to uppercut them, and then you need to teleport over here, do this specific combo, then there, then this, then that. Like, holy shit. It's just so much at once, and the timing has to be very specific. If you mess up one part, you gotta go back again, and again, and again. It drove me up a fucking wall. I was doing this for over an hour, just one attempt, until I lost it. Like, it's crazy. But finally, I did it, and holy shit, oh, that was like the hardest one in this entire game. Was just that specific one, because it made this entire achievement it made it so damn hard. It was insane. Crazy. But yeah. Ugh, yeah, kind of rough. So, yeah. Getting through this, though, eventually, I did it. And it was definitely something. And I have to say that I'm proud of myself. I'm happy. And just, that honestly might have been the hardest part of this, because it was the part that took the most skill, because the rest of it is just really time consuming and really fucking grindy. But this part was just, it took a lot of skill, and it was definitely a change up. And I have to say that, oh my gosh, if the platinums from here are going to take this much skill, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll probably have the time. It's just, I did Madhouse mode. I mean, it's not going to be too hard. Hopefully, unless we're doing freaking Elden Ring Platinum, which apparently I know someone who has done that. So, yeah. Anyways, getting through that, though, wasn't the most insane thing in the world. Wasn't the hardest part in this series, though, so far. Possibly it is up there. It was definitely a challenge. But knocking these 3 out was great. And it definitely was, you know, fun. It was challenging, and I did enjoy it very much. Now, that was not the final one to get this, and I kind of did this out of order a bit, but it was just, you know, going from, you know, the beginning, where it was not too hard, you know, kind of like an iceberg, you know, like the upper, you know, light skies down to the deep abyss, and this is where, in my opinion, it was, like, the hardest. So, yeah. Anyways, before we get to the finale, I just want to say that with this game so far, with my journey, I was, you know, just kind of bogged down for the grind, and I was just almost ready to be done, because I was just tired of the grind, I was tired of the towers, I was tired of, you know, just, you know, the tutorial challenges. Those were really hard. Now, getting through that, I was getting a boost in morale, and I was getting ready to complete the 250 towers, which I did talk about earlier, but that was the final one I needed. And I decided for the last few, I was actually going to go in and do it just completely, starting off from the beginning to the end of the tower, using a item here and there, but really just facing down my final challenge with glory and getting to that final character, which for me in this one was Melina. And I have to say, when I was there, when I was right at that finish line, I was getting really pumped. And getting down to it, ripping her fucking guts out, and getting that platinum trophy was so satisfying. And for that, I have to say that this journey to platinum really was super, super satisfying. Getting to the end and becoming the Elder God. And that is it for this episode of My Journey to Platinum. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did recording it. It's been an hour of me sitting here and doing this. Seriously, man, this was a journey just reliving it. And really, this brings back some vibes. Honestly, if you have a chance to just, you know, sit down, listen to some Mr. Creepypasta, and do this. It's a real vibe. I had a lot of fun. I listened to Tales from the Gas Station. That's like a really good story that he read. It also became an actual book, which I need to finish. The third one, the final one, both. So yeah, that was definitely a vibe, you know, listening to those, going through it, and really it just brings for a fun grind with not too much challenge at times with those freaking tutorial ones. But besides that, it was not so hard, and it was fun, and I could definitely recommend it. And I have to say that with this, I think I can finally put this backlog behind me and start again with getting more platinums, because it's been a year since I got my last platinum. Well, yeah, around there, because I've just been so focused working on these. Yeah, I'm a bit of a procrastinator, but I do like maybe one every couple months. So yeah, anyways, expect one eventually. And yeah, I've been your host with the most. What was my name again? I don't fucking know. Anyways, love you guys so much. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and remember, you only live once. See you guys later.